and it has started. Look at that, live.
Woohoo.
I think I'm gonna do a couple. Keep doing lives this week and getting groovy with it.
Yeah.
And then get to a point of actually sharing the lives to the larger audience.
Okay.
Right? Going live used to be normal. Now it's like, no, I like internal recording so then I can edit out all my goofy. No. Now I'm stuck with it. Or I just have to be more measured. Right? When I'm like, wait, no, don't say that. No, it's live
It's
to tape.
Can we curse on live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, Substack podcasting has so much less rules than video, right? Like video is like vicious with rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube, TikTok, they're like the absolute number ones for video. You know, Facebook comes up in a far third, and also vicious with rules. But the podcast world is still kind of wild west with audio. Audio is baller. Yeah. And a Substack video is just a podcast video, but it will auto upload to YouTube, so I have to watch those rules. You know, the community. Phoenix Calida and I, we are into things like the Calm Act of October 13th, 2012. That is something that matters to us a great deal. Folks down in Tennessee, come 2027, driving is going to be tied to speaking English good like me do. And visiting the Texas Tribune has become a far more normal thing in about the past year around here. And a Muslim Texan headed on down to a grand old perverts convention, GOP, and was unhappy. I don't know why a Muslim would be unhappy around post-1964 Republicans from and in Texas.
I just can't imagine.
Yeah, weird stuff, strange things. An individual by the name of Lauren Southern, who, when I first heard this person's name, I also didn't know that I was getting into this entertainment sphere called BreadTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they held back context when they covered her material, because they were like, she's pushing great replacement theory. This is ridiculous. Come to find out, she's actually just a normal right-wing commentator. Yeah, but I think that they just I don't know. It feels like they were too excited about that, because I thought that it was like, oh, maybe she comes from did she used to work with children in a daycare or some shit? No, but Lauren Southern's name is back up and running, as Phoenix Calida's telling me that the reason why is because there's a rebrand of sorts.
Yeah, she still wants to be a conservative commentator. So she took time off when she had a kid and tried to do the trad wife and realized that she actually hates being at home with kids. So she wants to go back to work, basically. That's kind of where we are.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
And that one is a two-parter when we get to that one. It is a two-parter, not one.
Not a one-parter, a two-parter.
In Iowa, and this is a story that I found, no one helped me. In Iowa, there's a basic income program that generates an outcome not found in other states, which I didn't know other states were having general income programs. I thought that happened in Canada, and that there was some temporary thing for single black mothers in a Confederate state some years ago.
No, there's a lot of them happening in the U.S., but they're all really small scale. It's 300 people in one county or 100 people in one city type things.
I never get picked for anything cool.
Yeah, neither do I. And also because, look, once again, it turns out that, UBI is good for people, as we found out the last time they did it in, I think, California, and then there was one in Mississippi, and then there was one in Alaska, and then, you know.
So I'm running in here, and this is not major. This is one of those things. So one of my biggest failures in adulthood was when I moved across the continent again. I was like, I looked at the prices of like moving stuff that weighs a certain amount. It's like, damn, you got to pay hella to move something relatively heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I guess I need to let my television set go.
Mm.
Fuck me. Like, I'd pay $300 for a big back 90s TV.
Yeah.
That I can plug a cord into, point a remote control at, and flip channels and go to a channel that has a station identity and will just play shows. I hate that TV is now a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Where you gotta pick a show and everything is binge. Like, why can't I just go to one of these programs and click Daria, and then after Daria, maybe it auto plays some music videos. Maybe like TV is supposed to just be on. You're not supposed to select show and maybe binge that one show.
Right.
That is weird. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And something from the big back TV days that used to bug me. I'd be watching a program, right? Or maybe just have the TV on, listening to a program while doing a task.
Mm-hmm.
And then the commercial would come on and the volume would jump.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, yo, do I really need to know about this laundry soap brand when I'm going to get the generic one anyway? I don't need to know this. Tell me about the new Arm & Hammer. I'm going to get Arm & Hammer. I don't care how much. I'm tired of Tide. Like, don't stop bothering me. Right? Snuggle, what is it? Fabric softener.
Yeah.
Yelling at me about these things. The Charmin, then all these quicker picker-uppers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, like, and my congressperson that I voted for voted the way I wanted them to on this bill, the Calm Act.
Yes. Which
was like, turn them shits the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shit is ridiculous. And also, I wonder, like, it's that, I don't know, do I use the language short-sightedness with these corporations where they're like, no, people will want our products more if they're pissed off when they hear about them.
That and repetitively hearing about them.
Yeah, like, it's going to be the same ad, especially, like, if you buy a bunch of ad space on one channel and that's the channel I'm watching that day.
Yeah, like at this point, I will never get Liberty Mutual Insurance because I'm so tired of hearing their commercials.
Yeah.
Like,
right. I see your shit in the store and I'm going to go get the other one because they don't fucking interrupt my tranquility at home.
Right.
Where I pay an increasing rent to live.
Yeah.
Right during the fucking Bush administration. Get out of here. You're pissing me off. And now, Big Back TV is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I really should have predicted, it's one of those things you internally predict, but you're like almost getting superstitious. Like, if I don't say it out loud, I won't jinx it. But like, no, we knew that with all this streaming that they're like, oh, loophole around the FCC.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's kind of like premium cable channels. When I was looking at a station called MSNBC, and a cat named Lawrence O'Donnell was like, guess what? I can say beep. And then he just kept saying fuck. And finally he said fuck. And I'm saying fuck. But it kept bleeping them because MSNBC wants, they want their respectability.
Right.
Because like clarification, more so than a law passed, clarification came down. It was like, oh, you can do this now. And but these streaming services, nope, volume right back up.
Entertainment providers.
Yeah, like what kind of program will you have on? Like, because you watch programs. I don't really watch anything anymore.
What was I watching yesterday? I was watching one of the cooking competition shows.
Okay, one of the and this is the Gordon Ramsay.
It was actually Worst Cooks in America.
Okay, did anyone defeat Robert Flay?
No. He's teaching them
to defeat him.
No, he's teaching them, and another chef is teaching another team, and then whoever has like the best competitor wins. So it's really him versus another chef.
Okay. Phoenix Calida and this Robert Flay.
Yeah.
And this Gordon Ramsay and all these other cooks.
Yeah.
And the program will be on, right? And I'll come in like, today is over, and lay it on down. And I'll be like, oh, program's on. And then commercials start blaring.
Yes.
And it looks like the folks over in California.
It reminds me of a horror movie.
The jump scare.
Yeah, well, because that's like, it seems like the current horror movie vibe, I guess, of like the era. Is the massive change in sound.
I was hating that like with any movies really. Yeah, like because a lot of movies do that outside of comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy and action stay loud, but like drama and horror and fucking thrillers, like though they love to just like low dialogue. We're moving the plot along with this low dialogue. Catherine, did you know we're doing low dialogue? Yes, I did, Ethan. We're doing low dialogue. And then it starts to fade from them and clouds go across the scene because it's a transition scene. And for some reason, the engineers are like, yo, the score needs to be peaking at 10. For some reason, these symphony strings are so fucking important right now. And turn up that howling wind, not regular wind. It should go, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable in my living room now.
Yeah, I mean, it's always annoyed me, but I feel like it's worse now in general. And especially with horror movies, like, I will never finish the movie Midsummer. You can't make me. Because they just start screaming. Like, why? Right? Yeah. And oh God, that witch movie was like that. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's so uncomfortable.
You can't do it.
And it like breaks the immersiveness of the movie. I hate it.
So now down there in Sacramento, California, right? The home of SIBO, but apparently also Harry Wormwood, aka Gavin Newsom.
Harry Wormwood.
He's got a used car salesman feel about him. I think that he cuts his sideburns up too high. Have a little sideburn down and quit with the straight back hair. Like no white man looks trustworthy with the straight back hair. Yeah. That is a villain hairstyle. It is. Like you look like your last name is Snyder and you're the reasons why the Three Ninjas have to kick back. Like oh, the Three Ninjas movies. So Gavin Newsom on a not very recent Monday signed a law banning these excessively loud advertisements on platforms like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. Now, here's what's ill. So basically, if you don't live in California, they just program it louder in yours.
I guess.
Like that's a weird choice that the tech companies gave themselves. It
is. And I don't know. I don't know why they just wouldn't adopt it and like do it across the country because it's annoying. Just stop it. Just stop it.
All right. I feel like we spent a great deal of time on volume. There is someone that's like, y'all went over 10 minutes on this shit. So we want to get to what you really care about.
Oh, okay.
Now, this was a story that I found and tried to tell Phoenix Calida about. Phoenix was like, I don't want to cover this.
Really?
This is true. So we're looking at Local News 3. All right. Local News 3 article up by Sierra Rucker. All right. I heard she brings the ruckus to one degree or another.
Really?
One degree or another. All right. Tennessee law requires proof of citizenship and proficiency in English to obtain a driver's license and license plate. Now, how do they prove this? I wonder.
I wonder as well.
A new law, it's cracking down on who can obtain the license in Tennessee. State lawmakers say the concerns are people getting behind the wheel without proper documentation. Freedom papers. All right. Under current Tennessee law, a person can register a vehicle without a valid driver's license, according to the state. Acceptable forms of identification include a check stub and work ID. For proof of residency, a person can use a utility bill and bank statements. Yes. Huh.
Now, that's a lot of forms of ID. But I would just point out that if you can no longer use your work paperwork to prove that you're here legally, that means businesses are intentionally hiring undocumented people. Why aren't they cracking down on these businesses if it's such a priority for them?
And these same business owners vote Republican and then complain that ICE kidnappers stole their staff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on,
yeah,
man.
I'm just saying, like, instead of focusing on the people, why are you not focusing on the corporations? Because they wouldn't be here if they weren't getting hired, right?
Uh-huh.
So why can't you? Anyways.
And look at that. Identification include a check stub and work ID for proof of residency. That also because I listen to clean versions of some of my favorite old records on the workplace on a loud Bluetooth speaker every fucking day. And Mr. Wendell by Arrested Development comes on regularly. Record came out around late 91, early 92, Arrested Development. And in Mr. Wendell, one of the lyrics is he said a human in the flesh, but not by law. Because being homeless, it seems like when you's woke, what woke used to mean, you kind of always knew that homelessness was criminalized. You know, the type of person we'll be speaking on in another segment is the type of person that didn't know that until they found podcasts. The type of people that actually need marks. Continuing, Representative Kip Capley. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Sounds like he should be working at like the local soda shop.
It sounds like you name your kid that because you want him to grow up to be a piece of shit. Like, we're giving you the most get picked on name you can possibly have because we want to guarantee republicanism in your adulthood. So Representative Kip Capley gave us House Bill 1708, and it will now require proof of U.S. citizenship or of being a lawful resident of the United States before issuing a registration of a vehicular or a license plate. A Tennessee representative by the name of Michelle Reneau, right? R-E-N? Reneau, E-A-U?
Yeah.
Fine, let's have every letter but O and pronounce it O.
That seems appropriately French.
Okay, is that what's happening?
Yeah.
All right. Michelle Reneau told the folks down at Local News 3 that this is needed to protect Tennesseans, which if every state has to have a word like this, balkanize Tennesseans on the roads, with a quote, "This is just it's an important step in tightening the noose around this illegal immigration issue." Tightening the noose.
That's why I'm glad you went to this outlet, because I was like, we have to get that quote in there.
Whoo!
Yeah, just in case you forgot where the GOP stands on this sort of thing.
Yeah, and again, is it really a dog whistle if people outside of your target audience understand what you're doing? I have an argument that dog whistles never really existed. Was anyone when a Republican, a post-1964 Republican hops up and says welfare queens, do you actually picture, because they're using the word queen, do you picture just a rainbow coalition of women? Really? Really? Come on. When they talk about young bucks buying steaks with food stamps, Really? When Ronald Reagan said that when he was standing on the hollowed ground of a lynching site to give a speech about states' rights? Really? Did anyone have trouble with that?
I don't know. It's as much that I think plausible deniability is baked so deep into the culture that there's people who do.
Yeah. You see, that's why nobody likes freckled-faced, light-skinned niggas and their stupid logic.
Just saying. But no, because lying is such an important part of the core of white supremacy.
Yeah.
That it's like, like what do we say? Like every accusation is a confession. There's always the plausible deniability. There's what was the whole thing online a few years ago, the rise of the ironic Nazi or the I'm just joking Nazi, right? And it's like, it's so baked into the dishonesty of white supremacy that, yeah, there's probably people who either hear it and don't think about it in an intellectual way or with historical context, or they're just like, oh, that's just a saying. Everybody says it. Tighten the noose. Everyone says that. And it's like, no, actually not everyone says that. Especially when you're talking about not white people.
That's like a colloquialism that you were using when we first met, and I'd always heard it, but like you used it like it was habitual. It was peanut gallery.
Yes,
that's enough. And I kept thinking like that shit sounds racist. And then we looked it up together and saw the history of it. And the peanut gallery was where black people were allowed to sit in the theater.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, it's just fucking everywhere.
Which is so funny to me too, because I was always taught that as a class one.
Of course they would teach you that. No war but class war.
Because that was the poor section. It was the cheap seats.
It's just like you cannot detangle capitalism from racism, kids. I know you want to, because then you get to recenter white men. Right? And it's just like, no. All right.
But think about all the oysters.
Yeah, there's a whole farm worth of them. All right. No, don't worry. That we have young Fetterman on the way, coming soon. Like that one's kind of signed and sealed. Like I think any more discourse about that is shameless algorithm chasing, which is kind of sad when like a lot of the people that are gonna still do that are already rich. Yeah, and they could talk about something that is actually up in the air. This is not up in the air. That's foregone. That that we had to watch the GOP just wipe a hardworking black woman's position out of existence with gerrymandering, while a white man just ascends straight to the next step before president, right? Like it tends to be like fucking state assembly, state governor, run for the presidency, Congress, Senate, run for the presidency. This cat's going straight to Senate, and what's right after that? And this cat is right in the age group for a 2028 run. Ugh. Get ready for a very, very annoying primary. We'll walk you through it. All right, continuing. After the noose line, she further says, it's really important to noose the noose around the nigger's neck noose. She didn't say that yet in public. She said, it's really important for the safety of Tennesseans to be able to make it as difficult as possible, and hopefully that discouragement by not being able to get that license will discourage them from driving. She's coming real close to being honest.
She is. I think I'm fascinated because if we're talking about like all this paper, like there's going to be white people who can't get all this paperwork together either. You just know there's not.
Spray and pray eugenics. Spray and pray. Okay?
Uh-huh.
God, it's not like we're racist. We want to hurt white people too. God damn, y'all accuse us of being racist. Look what we do to each other.
Fair.
And if we actually reported all our crimes, we'd have more of a percentage of white on white crime than what black on black crime is. We just lock y'all up for it.
They already do have a higher percentage reported.
Report. What outlet are you looking at? I always see them in the upper 80s, while black is put at 96.
For like homicides or just in general?
In general.
It's more like 92, 88. But then when you account for all of the bad convictions,
yeah,
then it drops it back down. So it's actually there. It's just that it's not a one number thing. You have to look at another number and do the math.
And I bet black on black crime would go down if you allow for more self-governance.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of black on black crime is because you're trying to function under white man's stupid laws.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, right? We just keep running away from this article. A section of the bill will also require a person to be able to read and speak English before the written examination. State Bill 1889 says if an applicant for a driver's license is unable to speak or read the English language, they will be administered a written exam in another language, and the applicant will receive a restricted license and must return to retake the test in English. A restricted license. So would this restricted license just happen to be outside of the most commonly worked hours? Right, or would it restrict you from being able to work overtime?
Maybe.
Right, like can't be this
or
early
only
in
work
the morning.
at certain places.
Yeah, right. You can't go to this side of town. Oh, suddenly, yeah, you worked your way up to working in this fancy restaurant side of town where all the people that don't deserve a noose are. Right, but now you can't go there.
Which is also interesting because, again, like, this is going to affect white people too. What is it? 6th grade average literacy level?
Yeah.
Okay.
They gonna sneak them by. They love cheating.
I know, but
then also spray and pray eugenics. They will do this to white women that are not playing patriarchy right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Not a great deal. Was there anything else left with this bill?
Just also, if you scroll up just a little bit, up. The thing about the English was also interesting to me that the representative said, what was it? That they have to take the test in English. That's really important because the road signs are in English. The road signs are also specific shapes and colors and have and outside of stop, how many signs have words on them?
Actually, the road signs are kind of like Trump's cognitive test.
Yeah.
So if you're as smart as Trump, you can read the road signs.
You can read the road signs. Because I'm thinking about that. So great. Because the stop signs are always red. Like the school signs, they've got the silhouette of the person walking with a child. What is it that and I'm not opposed to people being able to read. I think more people should be more literate. But what the fuck are all these signs that have to be read in English, and you have to show proficiency in English to be able to read the signs? How many signs even have words on them?
And also now we'll close this segment with a Chris Rock joke where a black slave, he couldn't let the master know that he could read. That might be a lynching. And so he's driving the buggy, and then so he sees a stop sign and doesn't stop because they can't know that he can read the word stop, and goes through and crashes and shit goes wrong. And they were like, damn it, nigga, why didn't you stop at that stop sign? He was like, you mean that octagon thing? Nigga, who taught you octagon? Yeah. And it's just, and that is life under white supremacy. I can't let them know I read, but I slipped up and let them know I know the word octagon. All right. Phoenix Kalita was jazzed up about this story.
Sorry. I'm just laughing about that now because it reminds me of a scene from Django Unchained. Anyways.
That movie's too fucking long. Too long. And
he was going to shoot the white bounty hunter was going to shoot a white man. And he's like, is that the guy I'm looking for? And Jamie Foxx is like, yeah. And the guy with the gun is like, are you positive? And Jamie Foxx goes, I don't know. He goes, you don't know if you're positive? He said, I don't know what positive means. He goes, are you sure? But it was like, hurry up and answer the question so I could shoot the guy while he's trying to get away. It was just a funny moment.
And not only that, but I gotta shoot the guy with this old-timey gun.
Yeah, he's like, I got a beat on him. Are you sure? Are you positive?
I don't have a fully automatic, sir. Do you understand how hard it is to get one of these guns going?
It was a funny little moment.
Right? You can't get an AR-15 in a vending machine yet. So, I just love the way things are, is the word adjective? Because,
that is a word.
Because it's, a Muslim Texan.
Yes.
Just the way things are worded in this stupid fucking culture. which also, like, how much religion is emphasized, but then under white supremacy, how much religion is racialized, because the word Muslim is also supposed to make me think brown,
Yeah.
right? And like darker than Tupac brown, but not black.
Not black.
Right? Muslim means brown, dark brown, but not black.
Not black.
A Muslim Texan sought to find his place in the party at the state GOP convention. He left in tears. That is one toxic masculinity of a headline.
There's a lot happening there.
Like, it feels like the editor put that in there to be mean-spirited. And article up by Renzo Downey. All right, Renzo. Is that short for Lorenzo?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, so Phoenix Leader super jazzed about this article. Houston, to some extent, someone named Mohammed Hussein knew he was preparing to enter the lion's den. Well, nigga, so you were preemptively victim blaming yourself internally, which also, fucking Republican. Why are you a Republican? Why are you in the fucking, yo, I hate me party? Which also, I know what it is. If you're a Republican man, it's that patriarchy, right? It's like, yo, maybe I can get some of that daddy-daughter ball. Yeah, fucking men. So, he's in this lion's den, but he made the decision to attend the Republican Party of Texas convention to confirm to himself that he had a place in the GOP.
You special little snowflake.
You see, the thing is, snowflakes are white. So what is you? Is you bird poop? You fell out of the sky like a snowflake, but you ain't one. So, even as members of the party have railed for months about the urgency of ending Sharia law and so-called Islamification of Texas, what he found was a party that didn't want him.
Sorry.
That next sentence?
Yeah, because it's just like, why? What were you thinking?
Good one. Special.
They don't care.
I'm a nice boy. He's a nice boy.
He's a nice boy.
Everybody knows that about him. He arrived with hope, but left in tears after being told explicitly that he should leave the country.
Yeah.
Mohammed Hussein, do you not hear the way they say Obama's name? Like, to them, Hussein is his first name. All that Barack shit is just fucking wordplay. All right, so Mohammed Hussein was among 4 Muslims who arrived at the convention in earnest, not as protesters, but as delegates and attendees to participate in the annual meeting of the state's most hard-lined Republicans. So you wanted to roll with the realest niggas. That's how I'm reading hard-line Republican. Like, I think I was joking yesterday at you that that patriot is how white people say real nigga. But seeing the words hard-lined Republican,
real nigga, like,
god damn,
yeah,
hardline Republican, like, they're the heat ain't never on safety. The heat ain't never on safety, and the clip is never out. Hardline Republicans, also known as frontliners, as they vote on the party's priorities and hear from GOP leaders. 2 prevailing themes from the Houston gathering were party unity and combating Sharia law, a movement that veered into outright Islamophobia by members of the convention. We have a quote from Mr. Mohammed Hussein in the Texas Tribune, and he said, gee willikers, when they say Sharia free, that means Muslim free. No practices of Islam. Oh no, no one is calling for the state to implement Sharia laws.
Oh no, Republicans are being dishonest about the intentions of another demographic. You don't say.
I would just love to like be a fly on the wall to hear like the anti-blackness that Mr. Hussein participates in an attempt to be picked.
Yes.
Mohammed Hussein said he was in disbelief that he was told to convert or leave for the first time in his life at a Republican convention with the tagline, quote, "Unity drives victory. Homogenize."
Yes.
That slogan, touted by the governor on press releases, placards, lanyards, and even the elephant he procured to march and piss throughout the convention hall, just wow. I've seen an elephant shit.
So much piss.
I've never seen an elephant piss before.
It was so much.
And in a very quick amount of time. It's kind of like when you're gardening and just like you left a bucket turned up when it rained, and then you go to dump that bucket out. That's what that shit looked like.
Yeah.
You know some of that splashed on people's clothes.
No, it did.
And you know what kind of people these are. You know that after the convention, they went home and sat on the couch.
These are people that don't wash their legs, and their legs got splashed on.
It's not going to be too swift for someone to tailor the new set of pants. I know this. I know this. No, I privately jet toward any dad joke I see. Everyone knows that.
You're a dork.
Everyone knows
really?
that. No, I'm a lyricist.
Okay.
Technically.
Oh.
Oh, man. Yep. The laborhood community does not like my Taylor Swift jokes. That's all right. Very few of the laborhood community are Swifties. I had no idea that Swifties were in my community, and I never asked for y'all to show up. And never asked for y'all. If you are a stan of anything, go away. You fucking stan. Continuing. So the elephant pissed every damn where. And it became a rallying cry. Ooh.
Yes.
Excuse me. Welcome to going live again. I yawned. And also, I am old school radio, so I'd like to reset. We're talking about the tagline and slogan, "Unity drives victory," right? Became a rallying cry for states' leaders and party nominees heading into November. It fractured, they warned. If fractured, they warned, the party could lose the state to Democrats. Fun fact, the last time, and I think it was like over 18 years ago, Texas was governed by a woman, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right? I hate that we're live and I have to do this live. Texas last Democratic governor was Ann Richards. I remember hearing this name as a youngster, and she was the 45th governor of Texas, and Texas actually had a competitive literacy rate.
Damn.
Yeah. And then ever since Ann Richard was out, and I don't know if it was young Bush that got in after her. I don't know who came in after her, but them Texas literacy rates went down and never came back. You know, so I wonder if you're from Texas, have a good time getting a driver's license in Tennessee. All right, that's what Phoenix Leader thinks.
Maybe.
But in spite of that warning, members are willing to lose support of Muslim conservatives. On Saturday, outgoing GOP chair Abraham George, what a fucking name. What a fucking name.
Yeah.
Like, your parents may have just may as well have named you Flag America. Abraham George. What the fuck?
There's just so many like little gems in this story.
Jesus. All right, so GOP chair Abraham George addressed the two Muslim delegates, which again, Muslim really means brown. Christian means white, or you bow to whiteness, which is why I wish black Christians would just stop. Like, it's not real anyway, and you know it. You're a grown-up. You can stop playing. You can have community without pretending there's an imaginary friend in the sky that you all share, right? You can still get together every Sunday and actually do something constructive.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of fucking running around flopping on the floor, pretending that you have some Holy Ghost. You know you're faking it. One of the things that showed me that they know they're faking it was when I remember one girl in church got told to tone it down.
Damn.
You shouldn't be able to if it's literally a spirit from the sky taking over your body. And also, notice that there's always that man, especially in Pentecostal churches, there's always that man, and he's always a man because only men are this fucking obnoxious and crisis-istic, that runs laps around the church when he gets the Holy Ghost. How come he never trips over anything? How come he doesn't run? How come he runs perfect laps without making a mistake? Because again, he's possessed by something. He's not in control of his body.
Don't worry about it.
Sure, you're fucking faking it and you all know it. None of you are saying shit, speaking in tongues. And then there's always that one bullshit nigga in the church that's like, you know, they're actually saying something in a real language. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. That was the stupidest 4 years of my life. I had to go to church every Sunday.
I'm so glad that I was raised like, yeah. Well, I mean, I got not conservative Christian, but like more traditional. Yeah, you go to church and you sit down and you shut the fuck up.
Oh,
and you're
man.
done in 45 minutes.
Fucking church. God, black church people are embarrassing. Stop it with plantation spirituality. Continuing. So, Abraham George addressed the two Muslim delegates from the stage who members tried to expel from the convention because of their ties to the Council on American Islamic Relations, a group the GOP and Governor Greg Abbott have deemed a terrorist threat. Quote from Mr. Flag America, I would strongly advise you to leave our caucus, or it's going to be a raucous caucus. There is a Democrat convention happening in a couple weeks. Join them. There is no place in America for you. End quote.
I just don't know what they thought was going to happen.
I don't know, but also, like, y'all wanted the party of performative masculinity and you cried when they were mean to you.
Yeah.
You should actually leave because you don't perform masculinity like them. You actually really should come to the progressive side. You can cry over here, Muhammad. And it's okay for your name to be Hussein over here. Now, just whatever misogyny you got over there, leave that shit and come kick it.
And the homophobia.
Yeah, and any of that shit, yo, fall back with all that, nigga. That, and also, that shit is stupid. But also, if you are performing the homophobia for in-group acceptance, you don't have to perform that shit anymore.
I want an update on that lady. There was they were doing interviews with Muslims like right after, shortly after Trump was in office. And she was like, I can't believe I voted for this, but he said he was going to go after like gay people. And I just want to see, like, as a follow-up to that follow-up, how you feeling now? Was it worth it?
And you're not paraphrasing, right? She said, this isn't the person that said he's hurting the wrong people?
No, that was a different person.
Okay.
This was a Muslim lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, because she thought he was going to be like anti-LGBTQ. Yeah, she heard that, and he's a good businessman, and that was why she voted for him. And I would just like, a follow-up to that follow-up. How you feeling about that choice now? Was hating gay people worth this? Because it seems like maybe it wasn't.
He was a good business person. On Saturday, the last day of the convention, Mohammed Hussein attended a panel from the Judeo-Christian Caucus, also a raucous caucus, moderated by alleged doctor Rick Scarborough. I'm funny style about the doctor part because technically Rand Paul is a doctor, but we all know that he fudged the paperwork. That's not why his neighbor beat him up, though. That was a dispute over the lawn. And don't let anyone tell you that he got into a fight. He didn't. He got his ass whooped. I don't like how that story is like the glossing over that.
Yeah.
People talk about that the way Snoop talks about his relationship with Tupac 30 years ago. Stop that. All right, continuing. Richard Scarborough, a former Southern Baptist pastor and president of Recover America, an organization to engage ministers and pastors in politics. Also note the language Southern Baptist has meaning, right? Like if a white person tells another white person, I'm a Southern Baptist, it's because they're around too much polite company to say, I hate N-word. Do you also hate N-word?
Yep.
Speakers told the audience that I'm getting too much traction out of this story. Speakers told the audience that immigrants who don't believe in Judeo-Christian values, which Judeo, is that their way of saying, like, we're kind of Jewish too?
Yeah.
Like, we're also like, we're a little Jewy.
Well, it's basically just a way to say Abrahamic, but exclude Muslims.
Ah. Or is it also their way of saying, like, you know how like every accusation's a confession? We're actually the money-hungry bankers. We just like to call you that for fun, but we're Judeo. We're on Judeo Drive. Oh, my God. Speakers who don't believe in Judeo-Christian values will erode those values and create problems for America. Scarborough accused Muslims of lying to win political power. Lying about what? You know what? He quotes. Let's see if he says what they lie about. You're going to find Muslims that aren't willing, that aren't being antagonistic or mean, at least not publicly. But I guarantee if they get power, they'll cut your head off as believers of Christ. Oh, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, because what was that one fucking word they kept saying with Mamdani? Oh crap! I can't remember the word now.
I didn't really follow that campaign.
It was like a word where
it's fun when you're live.
It's great when you're live. I think it was Takia. Was that it? Where like they're like, oh, but it's in like it's part of the way like Muslims behave is that they lie or like lie about their real identity so they can like infiltrate you, type thing. And they kept saying that about Mamdani, was like, Takia, this is Takia. You don't, he's going to bring Sharia law and you're going to have to like wear a burqa and you just don't know because it's Takia. Like they fucking know what Takia means,
Oh.
Yeah.
I say they're a bunch of minty dosos. Myself. That's what I think. I know enough words to get through a shift.
Which is all you need.
Yeah. State Senator Bob Hall, Bobby. So State Senator Boy Ain't Right, an Edgewood Republican, oh, he's an Edgewood boy, also repeated the accusation that Muslims are, quote, required by Sharia to lie. So they stay below the radar of being aggressive, end quote. Hussein was appalled by what he was hearing. From the back of the room, he objected, declaring that attendees have heard lies about Sharia throughout the convention. Now, again, I want to know how many lies that Mr. Hussein believes about Black people, about women, about folks that speak Spanish as their primary language. Whether you're using the language Latin or Hispanic, what kind of lies he believes about them, what kind of lies he believes about pregnancy, what kind of lies he believes about rape culture, right? Like, you just don't like that it's on you for, like, your particularly brown patriarchy from the wrong book.
From the wrong book.
In a state with plummeting literacy levels.
Yeah.
Like, man, just get the fuck out of here. Like, just let all the bullshit go. But you know what? You want that bullshit. You want your patriarchy. I get it. You want your patriarchy. And you don't see the Democrats as having patriarchy, but like, I don't know. They kind of do.
They do.
They got some heavy-handed misogyny going on over there that we will get to. Or actually, no, it's not coming from a Democrat, actually, this heavy-handed misogyny we're going to get to. And this article is actually too damn long to.
Oh yeah. I think the only other thing worth noting is like all the way at the bottom, like the last quote of it, is Hussein talking and being sad that nobody likes him, right? But I like the fact that he said, hold on, if I could get to it, maybe, or I can't get to it because I keep getting ads.
Yeah. Gonna have to do, for going live, it's gonna require more show prep now.
Yes.
Yep, it's gonna be notes from articles, no more articles.
Yeah, Hussein said, many hear these things and this messaging and think that they're dog whistles. I was hopeful that I could come here and get clarification. What we got was a confirmation. Yeah, they don't want you. And this is also for me like a larger thing too about like the whole just forgive Trump supporters, right? Or just, just be nice to Republicans. I can't be because these people lack discernment, right? Because this is the type of person who, if we had like a zombie apocalypse situation, right?
Yeah.
And we're all in the bunker, this guy would come into the bunker with a zombie bite, and because he's like, but I read on the news, on Fox News, that if you just like, drink some lemon juice, that it would cure it, and I was going to be fine. I didn't know I was actually turning into a zombie in the confined space with everybody else. Like, no fucking discernment.
Yeah, they want confirmation that everything's just going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's just good. Just please confirm for whoever tells me the most flowery, potential result of my actions. That's who I want to believe.
Yep.
Because they want to do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But they just but I just want it to work out in the end. That's why folks like me, throughout my late childhood and adolescence, so we're talking like 7 years old up to 20 years old, I always got called negative. But it's because I was always realistic about what the potential outcome would be if we choose to do this thing.
Yeah.
You choose to drive this car like this, you're going to crash. Right? You fucking, or like we have to be at work by 12:30, or actually by like 11:30 in Seattle. If you don't go to bed at this time, you are not going to get up and move fast enough, and you're going to be late, and I'm going to leave you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm just too negative, right? Or if we do this thing over here, we're going to attract police attention, and that's going to bring trouble that none of us need.
Right.
You're being negative. You're being negative. People can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, and I guess just in that vein that not everybody is necessarily malicious. Some people are just stupid and aren't using their critical thinking capabilities. Because I don't think this guy went there maliciously. I really thought he thought that they were going to accept him because he was like, but I'm one of the good ones, but I'm on your side. But I also hate black people, whatever. And it's just, that's not how it works. Pollyanna shit through and through.
Yeah. And there's never going to be like that time that a Republican gets elected and everyone's wages go up and rents go down. Like I think about my QAnon coworker, where it's like, that's somebody who I think she really is just floating through life, hoping something good happens.
Mm-hmm.
And if you talk to people like me, all I'm going to tell you is about how everything is bad, and the best you're going to get coming from the poverty we come from is you can be as evil as possible and get as much as possible, or you can be ethical and work a lot of hours to have poverty with a pillow. And no one wants to hear that shit.
Right.
You want to hear, no, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and it's amazing after that.
Well, because it also directly conflicts with their idea of just world fallacy.
Yeah. And
because they're like, but if I go to work and I'm a good person and, then I should have good things happen to me. Like, that's how it works, right? I put, right, like, what's the thing about being nice to women, kindness tokens until the sex falls out?
Yeah.
But I put moral tokens into the machine. Why isn't a good life falling out?
And it's like that shit just, it don't fucking happen. And they don't want to hear that shit. And then they turn and some Republican says, oh, just fucking praise Jesus, vote Republican. And and look, here's a picture that I drew of what I want trans women to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is one of my favorite situations that makes itself a meme, because a transgender woman was like, no, this is me in my profile picture right here. And a transphobe put up a drawing, which is like, crude, and it has like the beard and stubble hairs, the 4chan drawings, and was like, this is what you look like. And it's just like, how? No, this me picture. Look, you want to here's me in a video so you can see it's not even it's me. It's not even filters.
Right?
No, this is you.
This is you.
And it's like, that's what they are. This is what you actually look like. It's like, well, like how they draw black males in particular. And it's like, Morris Chestnut doesn't look like that. Don Cheadle doesn't look like that. You pick like the most prominent African features, which ironically happen to be on a light-skinned brother. Jay-Z doesn't look like that.
Right.
Just don't. KRS-One doesn't look like that. Prominent African features. Homegirl that originally kicked off Me Too. Tarana Burke.
Yeah. Doesn't
look like your weird drawing. Like, you're actually drawing someone that is like suffering from elephantitis. Like, these fucking 4chan drawings are weird. All right. Lauren Southern.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's head on over here. So this was actually the second thing I saw.
Okay.
Right? The first thing I saw is the second thing we'll get to. Right? I call it, we're doing a doggy Tino. We're doing a doggy Tino. Which was the case that they gave me. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh my God.
So this is from the is this the New Yorker? And these parts are highlighted from Lauren Southern, who was and I would say, now that I have my own analysis of her, standard issue post 1964 Republican commentator from Canada. Yeah, no, doing it from Canada is just part of the hustle now. So it's about Lauren Southern, and these are excerpts from the article. So that evening, the Tates, which would be Andrew Tate, and his brother's name is Tristan.
Yep.
Andrew and Tristan took Lauren Southern to a dance club where they ordered bottle service. And after a couple of shots of vodka, and she recalls she suddenly felt like my consciousness was collapsing. And Andrew Tate carried her to his car. And when she came to, they were on the bed at her hotel. And it reads that Andrew Tate started kissing Lauren Southern and pulling off her clothes. And she told me that she tried to push his hands away. Yes, this is the journalist that tried to push his hands away, but he wouldn't stop. Then she looked at his arm around her neck and started to squeeze. He hooked his arm around her neck. She remembers thinking, "Oh shit, this guy is actually going to rape me." Lauren Southern was anti-abortion and was terrified of getting pregnant. She began pleading with him, "I know what you're gonna do here. Please just wear a condom, please." It continues. She remembers saying, quote, "My whole brand is literally talking about how stupid B words get themselves in situations like this. There's nothing I can say without destroying my career. So congratulations," end quote. And then also it looks like she said, I guess that's what she said to him. And what he said before that, which is not highlighted in this excerpt, is, "Don't tell the press I raped you," is a straight quote, which apparently he normally says that. He knows the word and he uses the word, and he uses it accurately. Because like he said that to another person he attacked. The quote was, "I'm trying to decide if I want to rape you or not."
Yeah. Was
a straight quote. I remember that one hit the news. I think I was still on contract work maybe in 2022. In the next excerpt, the highlighted part reads, quote, "I'm not going to tell anyone, obviously, because I was an absolute moron, but hope you don't. But I hope you don't do that to anyone else."
What the fuck is that? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say. I hope you don't do that to anyone. Like, why would you think that he would stop?
Well, what we just said about the Muslim. Yeah, like just world fallacy. Like, we say we're good, so we're good, right? But we said out loud that we're good and we good do things. Isn't saying it out loud enough? This is the last panel featured in this post shared by Michael Hobbs and Jamel Bowie. Jamel Bowie, the white liberals' favorite commentator. Quote, I knew 100% there was no world in which I spoke about this where I get to retain my status within the right-wing world. End quote.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Like, I think the language, because my brain is like, so like, is this like the really far end of the patriarchal bargain?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, like really far into the patriarchal bargain, almost like in an opposite side. And Physical Leader probably does not. Let me know if you want to just shut this one down, like as a tangent. But what was Homegirl's name with the man that was like a Hispanic activist for decades on decades?
Dolores Huerta.
Yeah, like it seems like, you know, as far as like polar opposite ideological ends, that same sort of patriarchal bargain.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can totally see that, because I think a big thing with Lauren Southern specifically is that she wasn't just like an alt-right commentator. She was specifically trying to be like the girl boss of the women of the alt-right type thing.
Okay.
And the men kept telling her, no, you can't do that. So I also wonder, you know, as we talk about like rape and rape dynamics being about, you know, power more so than lust, if that was also like a sort of putting her in her place thing, very intentionally. So, you know, like you got to kind of wonder about that. And then just, yeah, like that also that was what she was trying to get her brand to be. And she's talking about it now, which I also find to be suspicious that she's talking about it now. And I know you're not supposed to say that about rape victims, but from the time that this incident that she's talking about happened till now that she's talking about it, several other women have come forward and said he's been sexually abusive with them. And it's like, that would have been a great time for you to step up and say something before you were trying to revamp your career. You know what I mean? Like, it makes it seem like it's an opportunistic thing more so than actually trying to combat misogyny or rape culture or, you know, anything of that sort of nature. So I find the timing to be interesting, I have to say. But yeah, like I could see her saying that, you know, I can't tell anybody because I'll ruin my brand. I could see him saying, don't tell anybody just because, you know, doesn't want the drama. Like, even if he thinks he'll get away with it, it's, you know, unnecessary drama to deal with. Yeah,
he's like, God, they're right for a woman, you're raped. For a man, progressives are going to make jokes about me on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to get ratioed. Now, we've been like, since we've been coming on and recording more and podcasting and broadcasting more, we've been talking more about folks on the internet that self-brand as leftists. And remember that coughing fits are different when you're live. That self-brand as leftist. Excuse me, I'm just going to be gruff and rough here. And you know, I think a lot of it is largely performative, and I think it's reached a critical point where like it's really not healthy, and like what folks refer to as stan culture, like it's in politics too. And I've said like leftist brain rot shows up as constant rhetorical catharsis. And here they come showing up, and this is probably why I really use Blue Sky sparingly, mostly to look at what Phoenix Calida is posting and what the Road Just Traveled is posting. And this I got from the Road Just Traveled. And the Road Just Traveled, this was the caption that they put on this. They shared it. Corrective rape, but leftistly.
Okay.
Yeah, now let's get where we were here. Yep. Back to that area. So they see this, what is going on with Lauren Southern. And here comes one guy it's a tragedy at so many levels, and ultimately that she exists in an ecosystem that would punish her for falling victim to that predator. And someone responds saying, by her own belief system, that only happened to her because they use the language, she's a dumb whore. Though they do preemptive with by her own belief system. And someone just responds saying, hey, which kind of makes it feel like a conversation in the same room, almost like chat room.
Right.
Like, whoa, hey. And that individual responds back saying, yeah, I'm not going to feel bad for the you had it coming if you get raped girl getting raped herself. Yeah, leftist online. The progressive feminist responds to the leftist saying that statement says you are okay with rape if weaponized against someone you don't like. And that person says there's a difference between being okay with something and not feeling empathy for someone who does not deserve it.
Oh, that implies someone does deserve it. Don't say that. Don't say that.
And one thing that I've been saying ever since I learned podcasts exist is that if you advocate for someone to get raped as a punishment for what you see as their incorrect behavior, conduct, morals, ideology, you're also advocating that someone be a rapist and get to enjoy being a rapist. Like, you're like someone, a rapist, like what you want is a world where a rapist goes to bed smiling that night because they got to rape and you cheered them on for it.
Right.
Think about it. Think more, folks. Have your first thought, then have a second, third, fourth, fifth, debate yourself in your head in good faith. Try to figure out where you think you're wrong. Keep thinking.
Yeah, I think my thing about the some people deserve it is like, well, then how are we determining who those people are? And because think about logically where that's going to go.
And also, well, logically where it's going to go, and like what you just said, where it was like that implies, and the progressive feminist responds, and potentially an anarcho-feminist, I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at a lot of their work, but a progressive feminist responds to the leftist and says, you should adjust course now. And the leftist responds saying, no, it's actually good when bad things happen to fascists.
That's fucked up.
And that individual, the progressive feminist, responds to the leftist saying, it's never good when anyone gets raped. And now the leftist says Nazis aren't people. And the progressive feminist is like, all right, closing statement, corrective rape, but leftistly. Right. And that was what The Road Just Traveled shared. You should follow that page. I share their stuff on Facebook sometimes. Yeah, and I had to, this was a thing that I was working. I had to get rid of a lot of cats that followed the Laborhood page because they were these leftist men were like, you posted about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they're like, oh, I hope she goes to prison so that you know what can happen. And it's like, the fuck is your deal? Like, we don't become pro-rape because a woman is a Republican.
Right, exactly.
Because again, pro-rape means pro-rapeist because someone has to do it. Jesus, man. Right? And then also someone has to be right. What is wrong with you?
It's just, I don't understand.
And it makes me wonder if that's something that you kind of just want to do.
It reminds me a little bit of the like the anti-sex worker rights left, right? Because like we'll be talking about, sex workers' rights, and like they'll hop in the comments and just say like the most disgusting fucking things. Like, oh, you're nothing but like a useless, broken, you'll never be anything, and lots of slurs and things that I don't want to say. But then sex workers will be like, what the fuck? Why would you say that? And the left argues that, well, that's how men talk about you. So because like, which actually most clients don't say those things, at least not in front of sex workers' faces. But like their argument is like, well, that's what the clients say about you, so I'm allowed to say that about you. And it's like, what the fuck kind of misogyny? Because a man said I'm a worthless, broken piece of shit whore, you get to call me those things now because a man did? What in the patriarchy?
What do men say about women that aren't sex workers?
That they don't want to have that conversation.
What do men say about women that aren't sex workers? Come on. Because we just looked at a leftist. Lauren Southern is not a sex worker, and he just argued that she deserves rape.
Yeah.
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 What? Maybe because he was a celebrity? They let you do it when you're famous. Is that what's going on?
So I've heard.
Ill. It's ill. Yeah, that one hit me, and I guess I'll look a little bit into what the Road Just Traveled here wrote about this. I'm not very good at these blue sky applications and whatnot.
Oh.
Right. So yeah, I found this interesting. So the Road Just Traveled shared that one, and then they shared the one where the leftist said, no, it's actually good when bad things happen to fascists. And feminist Jess said, it's wild that we have to constantly explain to people who think they're different from and better than MAGA that rape is never good or an acceptable punishment. You can hate a victim and not feel compelled to offer comfort, but it's a different statement to declare it's actually good when women are raped. Because every rapist and rape apologist declares the same about victims they don't like. And every woman will at some point be someone a man hates. One more time for what Phoenix Calida calls the peanut gallery. And every woman will at some point be someone a man hates. Men declaring rape an acceptable tool of punishment makes all women vulnerable. Man.
Yeah.
Like real deal and official ill. Yeah. I don't know what to do with these niggas. It looks like there's one more in this. And in the end, as in life, the greatest threat to everyone, men, women, and children, was cishet men, especially to their friends and families, not their scapegoats. They are volatile, a violent threat to society that everyone else has to try to survive. Right? And men don't admit this, but it's all over the rhetoric coming from men that men have to survive men.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Right? Like fucking when I'm outdoors and I'm moving around, I'm not watching what women are up to. I'm looking at men. What the fuck is this man about to do? What, right? Especially, you know, for those of us that were teenagers in the late 90s, why does this man have on a trench coat? Got a real problem with trench coats right now.
Yes.
You know, what's this guy's deal? Right? Like, hey, with the word sketchy, there is no way to conduct this study. But I'd say over the past 36 years, I would just like to see, is sketchy used more for a random woman somewhere or a random man?
A man.
Anyone worried about a sketchy woman? Ooh, oh no, that woman's being a little weird over there. I could give a mad fuck, but let a man be doing the exact same shit.
Yeah.
And hey, what's he up to?
Yeah.
What do you see? Phoenix Leader's intently looking at something on the screen.
I just thought she had way more followers than that. Yeah, no, because also with the whole men are the biggest threat to everybody, because that cracks me up when these men who are trying to do like the alpha shit are like, men are protectors, women need us because we protect them. First of all, protect us from who? And secondly, y'all can't even protect yourselves. If I'm looking at the homicide stats correctly, y'all can't even protect yourselves from men. How the fuck y'all gonna protect us? Honestly.
Hell, like we were just looking at something. I think we weren't recording. No, we weren't. But it was it was two men fighting, and a man followed another man as he went to the trunk of his car.
Why would you do that?
You illogical dipshit. Just ridiculous. All right. Let's see. I think that I think that was all of the show notes, and I burned a whole lot on that Texas Tribune story. All right, so that'll be the end of my live. I'll come up with an official real closer that I do every time, and I'll have that queued up and queued in and ready to go. But for now, I'm just in the feel of going live. So have a great one, I think, son. And now I click the end button on the screen. Check this out.
I like that you're narrating for them.
I am. Look, and then it gives me an extra screen that says end live video ? And it informs me this will officially end the live video for you and all viewers. So many people were tuned in.
So many people.
One. Nigga, what the? Is that what you do? You get up at 4 a.m. and listen to some old bald nigga ramble about patriarchy?
Oh, God.
Shout out to you, one viewer. Peace.